Tony Burke! Boo Albanese! What are you doing here? Genocide supporters! This is bad! Genocide supporters!
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar wa lillahi alhamd. Dear brothers and sisters,
why is he in here? Get him out of here!
We as Australian Muslims,
Get him out of here! He's the
we as Australian Muslims need to have these deep intellectual discussions in regards to how we navigate the path of engaging political leadership, the media and the wider worship. Respect the place you're in, please. This is a mosque.
He's got to respect us! He's got to get him out of here! He's got to respect his Please sit down, please. Boys, sit down, please sit down. All of you sit down, please. Sit down, stop recording, sit down. Have respect.
We invited politicians to make us feel good about ourselves, but never genuinely had a robust and effective communication with them about the issues affecting our community. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
You called him honourable. You called him honourable. He's responsible for the deaths of 1 billion people. 1 billion of my brothers and sisters. 1 billion. 1 billion. 1 billion. Responsible. Why are you protecting him? Why are you protecting him? $1 million dead, $1 million. The brother, he supports it, brother. He supports it. What are you bringing here for? You know what? I'll tell you something. You don't represent us anymore. You don't represent us.
Shame on you! You want to kill our brothers and sisters? You want to fuck Shame on you! You want to come here? Shame on you! Shame on you! Bro, that's Arabs. We never get quiet.
Why are you protecting him? Why are you protecting him? Get your dog. Stay out of here, man. Stay out of here. What are you going to do? Hey, Bill. Alright, get off me.
And the dramatic rise in Islamophobic attacks. In essence, we have been unable to better lobby and advocate to government in regards to policy and legislation that directly impacts our
Why is he
community.
in here? Get him out of here.
We as Australian Muslims,
Get him out of here. He's right.
this is a mosque.
You gotta respect us. Get him out of here. You gotta respect his hand. You're disrespectful.
Sit down and Australia apologise. It's his government. But we won't spend its time. Don't bring him here. It's not the time. It's not the time. It's his government. It's his government that called them when they were praying. We don't want politicians, brother. We're here to hate. That's hate. We're praying. Why do we got politicians? Leave politics outside. Yeah.
Boo Tony Burke! Boo Albanese! What are you doing here? How dare you come here? How dare you come here?
هسه عنا خطبة. الله أكبر 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 ولله الحمد. Dear brothers and sisters, keep calm a little bit. It is a Eid. It is a joyful day.
Prime Minister Anthony Albanese and Home Affairs Minister Tony Burke, who is the local member here in Sydney's West, were entering Lakemba Mosque this morning for Eid prayers. They arrived just after those first prayers concluded at around 7:30 a.m. They were here as guests of the Lebanese Muslim Association, and Jamel Keir, who is the secretary of that organisation. What we saw inside the mosque was essentially Mr. Keir making a speech to the worshippers who were present, effectively giving the message that it was important for the Lebanese Muslim Association to engage with political figures like the Prime Minister. He said that it was important for the organisation or the association to effectively not isolate itself from federal politics. It was at that point that a number of worshippers, or those who were inside the mosque at the time, began heckling the Prime Minister, as well as Mr. Burke and Mr. Keir, who were all sitting quite close together at the time. We understand that one of those individuals who was inside the mosque at the time was removed by security, but certainly the mood did quite quickly change. That crowd was moving closer and closer towards the Prime Minister. We had a chance to speak to some people who were making their way out of the mosque. They mainly aired their frustration with the Prime Minister's presence. In fact, a few people that we spoke to said that their frustration was really aimed at the Lebanese Muslim Association for giving the Prime Minister an invitation to the mosque this morning on what is a very holy day, the end of the holy month of Ramadan. And at the same time, it was very soon after that the Prime Minister and Tony Burke were escorted out of the prayer hall itself, and very shortly after made their exit.
Oh, look, I've seen some of those reports and they're just simply not accurate. There were 30,000 people plus at Lakemba this morning, overwhelmingly. The reception was incredibly positive. I walked through the crowd to the mosque and not a single person heckled. There were a couple of hecklers inside. They were dealt with. Contrary to what's been suggested, no one was rushed out. We just sat there, it was dealt with. It was dealt with by the community themselves, because overwhelmingly they did not want that to occur. And I thank very much the invitation. It was about respect for a very important day, Eid, for the Muslim community there. I thank them for the very warm reception that was occurred. Yes, there were a couple of people who are heckling. Some people don't like the fact that we've outlawed extremist organisations like Hizb ut-Tahrir, and that brought a response from a couple of people. But if you got a couple of people heckling in a crowd of 30,000, that should be put in that perspective.